Hey guys, it's Chairman, back with another episode of TD++, a series where we help you get the most mileage out of just a single TD+, and get your foot into the set on a budget. Is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon trial deck is here, and we have some pretty neat upgrades to show off that can push this deck in a competitive direction. Let's get right to it. The focal point of the TD is the level 1 event status update. At the start of the main phase, if the event is in memory, you can discard one Familia, Guild, or Hostess of Fertility character to return the event to your hand and look at up to 4 cards from the top of your deck, adding up to 4 Familia, Guild, Hostess of Fertility among them to your hand. Effectively, this reads as a pay 2 stock, get 3 or 4 characters the turn after, which is a ton of hand advantage. On top of that, this TD contains a very interesting level 1 combo featuring Familia of just 2 people Hestia. Her climax combo allows her to send one status update from your hand to memory, effectively saving the 2 stock from having to play status update directly from hand. If you like having resources for days, Danmachi is the set for you. The last highlight card of the TD is First Class Adventure Ice. When you have one or less other characters, she's 3,500 power, and she can run to any empty position with a character across from it, similar to Milim or Gil Thunder. An incredibly powerful profile and makes the TD worth picking up. We'll be taking this deck through a series of upgrades that will incrementally add new cards and strategies and showcase how to improve the TD step by step. First, we'll be taking out some of the weaker cards in the TD and filling them in with easy to find cards that you could likely pick out in a pile of bulk commons and uncommons, while keeping as many playable TD cards in as possible. First, let's bump up the Ice Runner and Moment in Labyrinth City Hestia to 4 copies each, since they're such amazing cards for the deck. Hestia being able to search the event not only guarantees multiples for a level 1 combo, but also removes the potential misses for status update when it resolves, since status update can't add climaxes or events with its effect. If the Ice Runner is out of your budget, you can substitute towards his Aspiration Bell, which also has 3,500 power on both turns. We're also going to add a key card that pushes the resource engine of this deck even further, Pursuit of Truth, Aina. This card has a draw 1 discard 1 ability when there are 2 or more other Familia, Guild, Hostess of Fertility characters in play when you play her, perfect for digging through the deck with our excess of hand. When she gets sent to the waiting room, you can pay 1 and put the top card of your deck into clock to look at the next 2 cards of the deck and add all Familia, Guild, Hostess of Fertility characters, similar to Aqua from Hololive. Other Danmachi decks can't play Aina because they run so many events, but the status update deck can take full advantage of this nuts level 0 card. Finally, we're adding 2 copies of Case's Conclusion Aina, which is both a drop search which helps supplement our draw brainstorm, and 2 extra bomb deck bombs at level 0 to make sure we can remove most level 0 threats and deny our opponent on death effects. At level 1, we can supplement the Climax combo with Linked Wishes Lily and Drunken Goddess Hestia to take care of standby and early play level 3s. I also want to quickly mention that Shy Maiden Lily is a powerful card that can return to your hand if you cancel damage during her battle. Danmachi's yellow card pool isn't the greatest, and as a result, this Lily will be staying with us all the way. At level 2, I'm introducing 2 additional cards as well. Compensating with a Lap Pillow Ice is a great level 3 Slayer that also prevents the opponent from using any counters to protect their level 3s. It's leagues better than Flattery Can Do Wonders Bell and comes as a common. Finally, Present of Croquettes Hestia adds a bit of disruption to our deck, allowing us to blink a character and remove all effects attached to that character and shuffle our opponent's waiting room back into their deck -1 climax, useful when the opponent's deck is highly compressed. At level 3, we ideally want to add 2 more copies of each TD level 3 so we can see them more often. However, I wouldn't buy an extra TD to do this, so if you don't plan on buying another TD to begin with and can't pick these up as singles, then I would just skip this step and move on to the next step. Goddess Hestia in particular is a good card, but not one that you would normally run multiples of, maybe 1 or 2 in a deck at most. For climaxes, since we're not running a secondary combo yet, feel free to use whatever filler climax you want that's on color. I went with the TD stock from Waiting Room Global 1 Soul climaxes for ease of access, but you can use whatever you want. Early game, we want to keep our level 0s climax combo and status upgrade events, and use our resources to find multiple copies of 1-0 Hestia combo and the status update event. You ideally want at least 2 of each. At level 1, we want to combo with the 2 copies of Hestia and send 2 status update events to memory. The following turn, we can use one of them to fill up our hand, and then save the other one for a rainy turn. It's good to note that even if you don't climax combo to send the event to memory, it's still a net positive just to pay the full cost for the event, and can be helpful if you need to pay climaxes out of your stock. The rest of the game is just cruising with the resources we have and using our level 3s to either heal or refresh our deck for free, avoiding refresh penalty and putting all our climaxes back in the deck. We're only doing 2 steps for this episode, and the big change in step 2 is bringing in a finisher combo in the form of Moment Between the Two Ice. This uncommon finisher heals and combos with a choice climax, which means it's already off to a good start. The combo itself is a fairly straightforward effect that allows us to remove climaxes from the next 3 cards of the opponent's deck, very powerful in small and compressed deck situations. Along with the level 3 Ice, we'll also be playing 2 copies of Encountered by the River, Ice, and Hestia. I like this card as 5th and 6th copies of the level 3 Ice, as well as additional dig to get the climax for the combo. It's also a source of yellow for color. Moving along, we'll be switching out the TD Lily Brainstorm for Finn Brainstorms, and adding in a copy of the Tiona Climax Swap. The game plan is identical to the first build of the deck at levels 0 and 1, just with better utility. Starting from level 2, we'll need to conserve resources for a strong finishing push with the Ice combo, so save up to 10 stock if you can to threaten triple Ice combo at level 3. If you can't save up to 10 stock, then at least have 6 on hand for the double. I've kept the upgrades fairly low rarity, but there are some higher rarity cards that should be budget friendly that's worth trying. In particular, City Savvy Maiden Seer is an excellent back row card that can pump power and salvage cards from the waiting room at a good rate. Advisor of the Labyrinth's Exploration Aina is also a solid upgrade over the TD level support, and prevents our eyes from being answered with something like a mill counter or an anti-damage event. And of course, if you have the budget, the 3-2 Hestia Climax combo is by far the best option for this deck. If you want to see a meta Danmachi list featuring the 3-2 Hestia combo, then be on the lookout for Randall's meta deck profile dropping on this channel in the near future. That's it for this episode of TD++. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more English Weiss Schwarz content. Thanks for watching.